But why?
I have it all figured out. Don't ask questions. All right, you bozos, we ready to go?
Yeah!
We're talking about Gurren Lagann again? Sure, why not? I'll take any excuse and any time to talk about this anime because, as you may have noticed, I am a big fan of this anime. And in that lies the reason why I wanted to discuss this, because the topic that you may have looked is something that I think that not a casual viewer or a casual fan could really talk about in enough detail. It takes someone who's seen the anime more than once, because you see it the first time. And then just like many other movies or TV shows, after seeing it the first time and getting sucked in, you see it again and again, and you notice things you didn't notice before. And it's that noticing to where I'm going to talk about the reason why the argument that's going around a lot to why people not like the anime as much as they could have, or not like the anime at all, saying Gurren Lagann is, you know, just dumb, stupid fun, and people who do like it say, oh, if you turn your brain off, you'll totally enjoy it. And I'm like, I don't need to turn my brain off to enjoy it. I can enjoy it just for what it is, and it's not as stupid as you may think. In fact, it's actually kind of smart. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and say that it's the smartest anime out there. There's other ones that are smarter. One of my favorite anime of all time is Steins Gate, which is an amazing psychological thriller that is way smarter than Gurren Lagann. But Gurren Lagann gets a bad rap for being stupid fun when really that's kind of an insult to the anime. Now, first off, the part where it tells you to turn your brain off equates it on similar levels to B-movie anime or B-movies or maybe 80s or 90s dumb actions to where, you know, they're enjoyable, but there really isn't too much going on in the thinking department, or if you do think about it, it kind of destroys it. And no, because a good example of an anime that, if you think about it, it kind of destroys it is Future Diary, which is an enjoyable show and is crazy and fun, but if you think about it, plot holes start to arise and you're like, maybe this doesn't make so much sense after all. And it kind of destroys the opinion of it. But Gurren Lagann does not have that problem for one good reason. It never goes beyond its own rules. Now, the reason for this is because the rules in Gurren Lagann, from the start, are set in a way to where they're not clearly defined, and it's not like a brick wall of you cannot go past here. Instead, this idea of goals like the surface or the sky is more like goals to get to. It's areas you can reach. The rules for this world are not defined so much, so that way when the characters do go to a certain extent, you're excited, but you're not questioning it, and you're not saying, oh, how could this happen? Instead, you believe it, because it's in a world where it makes sense. It never goes beyond its own rules of plausibility or absurdity. It sets its absurdity straight out of the way, and if you can't deal with that, you can't deal with that. If you can buy it even a little bit, you'll be able to buy the rest of the anime. It never goes beyond its own rules, it never breaks its rules, and it never really has anything in terms of plot holes, or at least in ways that will ruin your experience if you think about it. Also, the anime reaches a level to where all these other dumb stuff don't exactly ever attempt to reach. Instead, they stay in their own kind of small world, so that way it's like, you know, it doesn't provide too much in terms of like, oh yeah, instead it's more like, this is fun enjoyment for a little bit. Gurren Lagann basically follows the conventions of a hero's journey, but goes to such high levels that it becomes the definitive hero's journey and says, oh yeah, no other story is going to reach the levels we did because we went to the complete peak of what we can do. We went to the universe, and no one can top that unless you do like 15 universes or something. And that's the only way someone could do it. They go so off the wall crazy that it's just kind of, what the fuck? And Gurren Lagann just reaches at what the fuck and deals with it. And it knows what it is. It is a definitive hero's journey. And this hero's journey also equates to its characters who evolve and progress throughout the show. And many of their most quotable lines are far too poignant and far too well written to appear in anything that's just, well, dumb, stupid fun. Like, let's take the movie Commando, the 80s movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That movie is quotable and fun and insane, but take its quotable lines versus Gurren Lagann's quotable lines, and you'll see stuff like cheesy one-liners versus things about humanity. Like one of the most poignant lines in Gurren Lagann is when Rossiu gets saved, and he tells Kino to stay on his lap even though he said she's heavy, because he said, "I want to feel the weight of one human soul." And that is far too intelligent to appear in anything like Commando. I love Commando, but it is stupid. Gurren Lagann, no. With stuff like that, it shows that there was too much of a brain going on in the background to say, "Oh, it's blah blah stupid blah blah." It's not. There's too much intelligence in this anime. And these characters, they evolve and progress in a way that's just different than anything you'd see in any of those other dumb, stupid stuff. They would stick out like a sore thumb in those, whereas here they feel normal, even in a crazy-ass story. And about those characters, there's too much going on with them, too much emotional weight for it to be dumb. There's too much that happens that can make you feel something besides happiness. Like characters die. Characters talk about what the future is for them. Characters get depressed, for fuck's sake. And yeah, a lot of it is fun, but these moments wouldn't appear if the intention of the anime was to be stupid fun. If the intention of the anime was to be stupid fun, Kamina would not have died, and it would have ended after Lord Gino. There would have been nothing with the anti-spirals, and Kamina would have been fine. No one would have died. If that was the intention of the anime, that's exactly how it would have gone. But it kept going, Kamina died, and so did a lot of other characters. And people forget, Kamina wasn't always all smiles and manliness and motivation. He wasn't always completely confident, and I'll go into that a bit more in another video, because I would love to do an entire video on Kamina. He did rely on others a lot, like Yoko, and especially Simone, just as he relied on Kamina. And Yoko, the hot-headed gunslinger with a killer body, she was given a real and defined character with flaws and character arcs, things that wouldn't be focused on in a B anime. Kitan and Nia, characters of such positivity and energy, were allowed to feel sad. And Simone, a character who evolved as the show progressed, going from a meek boy with glimpses of awesomeness into a full-blown badass. The entire depression arc would never have happened if this was a B anime. These moments of emotional weight make it mean something more than just fun. It has purpose to it, and the anime sticks with people because it's more than just stupid fun. And if you want to like the anime for being, fun, but you don't think it's too smart, I think it's just kind of an insult, because this anime tries more than really it has much right to do, with a concept and plot as insane and with progression of the story as insane as it gets. And yet it takes itself seriously enough to where it's more than just some anime you put on and eat popcorn to. It's something that makes you cry, something that makes you laugh, something that makes you think, and something that sticks with you. One of those other anime or movies and stuff I talked about don't really stick with you unless you just want to watch something fun. Anime like Gurren Lagann stick with you because, well, they tried and they took you for a ride, and that's exactly why we love them. So yeah, I hope you can all agree with my rambling of blah 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 blah, not dumb. And I think I did a pretty good job explaining my points. If you don't think I did, then that's your opinion. It makes me sad. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. Also make sure to check my supporters, all the great stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.